Now, Good Morning Northwest, we are tracking new developments in the U of I murders case, including the latest court documents Bryan Kohberger's defense team filed and what that team is demanding from the prosecution.
And a beautiful start to your work week. We do have temperatures climbing into the upper 80s by this afternoon. We do have some rain returning. We'll talk about that coming up.
The memories remain, and for many, the aches and pains do too. We look back at Hoop Fest, the world's biggest 3-on-3 basketball tournament that took over the streets of downtown Spokane. You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Good morning, and thanks for starting your week with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Monday, June 26th. Let's check in with Emily Bloom. She's in for Mark with your first alert forecast.
Beautiful start to our Monday. We do have temperatures right now in the upper 50s for those of you in the Coeur d'Alene area, and 61 right now in Spokane. Mostly sunny skies for the remainder of the day. Air quality index, we are in the good category for today. Over the next couple of hours, temperatures climbing into those lower 70s by 9 a.m. That is 77 by 10 a.m. And you can see mostly sunny skies. Winds nice and calm for us. All across the region, most of us climbing into the mid to upper 80s by this afternoon. A few areas into the lower 90s. That'll be 90 for those of you in Moses Lake and 92 in the Tri-Cities. Now, once we make it through Monday, we do have increasing cloud cover in the overnight hours tonight. That is because we do have a chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms returning to the region Tuesday into Wednesday. We'll clear it out Wednesday evening, and then the sunny skies return on Thursday, and then temperature is going to be climbing into those lower 90s by Friday of this week, and that'll be exactly what you can expect for this upcoming weekend as well. Looking like we'll cool off just a few degrees by Monday of next week. That is going to be just before the 4th of July weekend. Sunny and warm. Increasing clouds, the chance of rain and thunderstorms returning to the region, and then we are into the 90s. We'll take a closer look at all of this coming up in just a bit.
Emily, thank you. New developments in the University of Idaho murder case. A lawyer for suspect Bryan Kohberger filed a court document that says no connection exists between Kohberger and the 4 victims.
Kohberger will be back in court tomorrow. The defense argued investigators found DNA evidence of 2 other men at the house where the victims died last November. According to the filing, the defense is unaware of what sort of testing, if any, was conducted on these samples other than the STR DNA profiles. Prosecutors argue Kohberger has no right to the FBI data collected from the method. Kohberger has denied any wrongdoing and will be in court tomorrow for another hearing. A judge has made 2 new rulings ahead of the trial.
Yeah, cameras will be allowed in the courtroom, at least for now. A judge also amended who can speak to the media and what can be said. A gag order prevented people involved in this case from talking about it publicly. The revised rules now primarily apply to the lawyers and victims' families involved in the case. For weeks, a coalition of media organizations, including 4 News Now, have been pushing for this gag order to be lifted, saying it violates the First Amendment rights of those involved. But Kohberger's attorneys have argued the gag order is necessary to make sure he gets a fair trial. As for cameras during the trial, the judge indicated he could change his mind at any time, saying the best way to balance these interests is to revisit the issue as the case unfolds. Kohberger's trial is set to begin in October.
And this morning from the Breaking Now desk, we're following details out of San Antonio, where 3 police officers have been charged with murder for a shooting caught on camera. The officers were seen approaching 46-year-old Melissa Perez outside after getting a call that she had cut wires to a fire alarm at her apartment complex. Perez then ran back to her first-floor unit, police removing a window screen to gain access. That's when police say Perez grabbed a hammer and they drew their weapons. Police say Perez then threw a candle holder at one officer and ultimately smashed her window with the hammer. Police opened fire, missing Perez, who they say then came to the door, hammer in hand. That's when officers shot her. According to San Antonio's police chief, the officers' actions were not consistent with the department's training.
Placed themselves in a situation where they used deadly force, which was not reasonable given all the circumstances.
Perez's family is now planning to sue. The family attorney saying, quote, there needs to be systemic changes at the police department. And those officers have been released on bond, and right now they're suspended without pay pending the investigation. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thank you. Spokane police have arrested 3 people they believe are connected to 2 drive-by shootings that happened Saturday morning. Spokane police say shootings happened near Carlisle Avenue and Dakota Street. The first one at 5 Saturday morning, the next around 7:30 that morning. Nobody was hurt. According to Lieutenant Steve Braun with the SPD, the vehicle suspected in those shootings crashed just about half an hour later near Crestline and Francis, where police arrested the 3 men. This is still an ongoing investigation.
The judge has rejected a second attempt to block Washington's ban on selling assault weapons. Washington is the 10th state in the country to have similar laws banning specific types of firearms. But even after this decision, there's still a chance the law could get blocked because another lawsuit at the federal level is challenging the ban.
A scary moment at Hoop Fest. A woman drove her car through closed streets and past several basketball courts. This happened on Spokane Falls Boulevard and Stevens. Derek just happened to be taking that video and says that police and Hoop Fest staff had to forcefully turn off her car. Spokane police tell us the woman arrested, she was arrested for a DUI. Nobody was hurt. We will have much more about what happened on the courts at Hoop Fest coming up a little later on Good Morning Northwest. And were you walking by? You had 2 kids playing.
We were watching some of my youngest son's friends play, and it just happened like basically right behind us. And they physically had to open her door, reach over, and like slam on her brake and shut the car off. So it was really something. And I still don't know like how the heck she got in there.
And thank goodness nobody was hurt.
Right.
Really the biggest thing. All right, it is now 6 minutes after 6 o'clock.
Let's send it over to Emily Blue.
Yeah, we have beautiful weather for the remainder of today. Temps warming into the upper 80s and mostly sunny skies. We do have a chance of rain and isolated thunderstorms returning to the region, though. We're going to be taking a closer look at what exactly you can expect coming up.
And we're live this morning checking out Revival Tea Company's new location here in downtown Coeur d'Alene.
In Coeur d'Alene, the city's 20th Ironman. We'll show you how the community came together to rally the racers through that grueling triathlon. Just ahead on Good Morning Northwest.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northwest Granite.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Get pampered, relax, invigorate, and rejuvenate. 7 Wonders Nail, Hair, and Spa's new North Spokane location is a full-service salon that specializes in achieving this every day. Guests enjoy a complimentary drink with all services, including hair, nails, spa, microblading, full bridal, and more. Our 10,000 square foot spa, one of the largest in the Northwest, accommodates large groups, and walk-ins are welcome too. 7 Wonders Nail, Hair, and Spa, a luxury experience accommodating everyone.
Hey, Donnie, can you give me one reason to call the advocates?
Sorry, Ken, I can't.
I can. I mean, who fights like we do? You can't give me one reason?
Nope.
How about that we take on big insurance bullies? We're not afraid of any case. We're passionate and smart. Really? You can't come up with one reason?
I can't come up with one, Ken. Because there are 500 million.
All the money we've recovered for our clients. Injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
At P1FCU, we're all about celebrating your wins. Like finding a great parking spot.
Yes!
Or winning the lottery. Your wins add up, just like earning 3.50% APY in an Ascend checking account. So let's celebrate the wins together. Open your account at p1fcu.org/win. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away. Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Find countless ways to play and stay in CDA at visitcda.org.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. It's a busy week ahead for the Supreme Court of the United States as it enters the final week of its session.
Now, on the docket, cases on affirmative action, student loan payments, election law, and LGBTQ rights. Of the 10 cases remaining, several that most capture the public's attention are likely to lead to fiery opinions and dissents read from the bench. It's happening with the court itself in the spotlight due to allegations that the justices are not transparent enough when it comes to their ethics disclosures, most recently with Justice Samuel Alito last week.
A tragic roller coaster accident at an amusement park in Stockholm, Sweden, killed one rider and injured 9 more. Witnesses say the ride malfunctioned in the middle of a run, causing riders to fly from their seats. 3 people have severe injuries. The 34-year-old Jetline is a well-known ride at the Gröna Lund amusement park. Investigators are now trying to determine what went wrong.
Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis has won another 4-year term, while his center-right New Democracy Party scored a resounding victory. Sunday's elections were dominated by financial stability and cost of living issues, and Mitsotakis had positioned himself as someone who could boost growth in difficult global circumstances. His government staged a stunning economic turnaround, with Greece now on the brink of returning to investment grade on the global market for the first time since it lost market access in 2010.
And for your 10-second takeaway, we are anticipating mostly sunny skies for your Monday. We do have a chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms returning midweek, and then temperatures warming into the 90s as the sunshine returns Friday into this weekend.
More than 1,000 athletes put their hard work to the test Sunday. The Ironman Triathlon returned for the 20th year in Coeur d'Alene.
The Lake City was packed with athletes, spectators, and volunteers. 4 News Now's Peter Choi captured some of the big moments.
I'm here in Coeur d'Alene celebrating the 20th year Ironman, and the thousands of athletes are swimming, biking, and running towards the finish line. I want to introduce this family right behind me. Are you guys ready? Yeah! Let's go, Ironman!
The Lake City is filled with music, signs, and of course, loud cheering from spectators. All here for athletes. Brandy Walarius flew in from Ohio with her family to cheer on her husband. She says it's cool to see an event like Ironman brings the whole community together.
Such a supportive community, like everyone just cheers for everybody, and the spirit and culture is awesome.
This year's Ironman race is taking athletes on much harder competition, testing for their physical abilities for the full race of 140.6 miles.
We have more volunteers than we have athletes. We have about 1,900 volunteers that have registered. Isn't that wonderful?
Helping athletes from registrations to transitions. Jeremy Kozel is one of the volunteers.
So one of my friends is doing the race today, and I wanted to say hi to them. And also I've done the race before, and so I've had volunteers help me. And so now I thought I'm going to help others.
Congratulations, Ironman Coeur d'Alene champion, Chris Leiferman.
Well, how could you ask for a better place for a spectator to come and visit? So we love bringing everybody to Coeur d'Alene and showing off all of its beauty.
In Coeur d'Alene, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
And Leiferman set a record, right?
Yeah, new course record. Pretty awesome.
Incredible. It's now 6:13.
All right, upper 80s for the next few days and even hotter heading into the weekend. Emily Bloom will be back in for Mark with that full forecast just ahead.
And it might seem like an long time coming, but a successful Spokane tea shop has opened a new spot in Coeur d'Alene. Destiny Richards is trying it out live after this.
It's a good day for a drive. Great day for a deal.
Right now, Cooper Tire is offering up to $75 off 4 qualifying Cooper tires. Plus, Perfection Tire will match that rebate for up to $150 off.
Nobody beats perfection.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. We're the friendly faces you see first thing in the morning and at the end of your day. We're the people you trust on your screens and in real life. And we'll always be there when you need us. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Story time with my daughter is so important. I want her to grow up loving books and reading. Goodnight Moon is one of our favorites. That's why I'm so glad 4 News Now is helping First Book deliver hundreds of books to local children. Each one will open up a world of imagination and a lifelong love of reading. Go to KXLY.com to learn how you can support the magic of storytelling.
We'd like to thank the Coeur d'Alene Casino for sponsoring Arlington, Grant, Francis Willard, Seth Woodard, and Broadway Elementary.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The thoughtfully redesigned 2023 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon, a 260 horsepower turbocharged engine, advanced technology, and an extra-large touchscreen. The 2023 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Drive new Subaru models with 3.9% financing at AutoNation Subaru today.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, posted online at bimart.com. There's 16 pages filled with savings in every department. Soak up the sun. We have what you need to cool off in your own pool or get out on the water. Plus, pick up all the essentials for camping in the Pacific Northwest, and don't forget the snacks and beverages to go with it. Save now at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
It's a good day for a drive. Great day for a deal.
Right now, Cooper Tire is offering up to $75 off 4 qualifying Cooper tires. Plus, Perfection Tire will match that rebate for up to $150 off.
Nobody beats perfection.
4 News Now is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
It's now 6:17. One of the fastest growing tea makers in the country is based right here in the Inland Northwest.
Revival Tea Company has grown over the years to offer more than just their usual tea, but now boba tea. And they've now opened a new location in downtown Coeur d'Alene. That's where our Destiny Richards is live this morning, talking more about that expansion into North Idaho.
This new location for Revival Tea Company is on the corner of Lakeside and Northwest Boulevard. Big weekend with Ironman. I bet you guys had a lot of people coming in for boba teas like this one.
Yeah, we had our grand opening on Saturday. Ironman was yesterday. It was definitely busy all weekend long.
Yeah, and tell us about this flavor. This is strawberry milk.
Yeah, so that's a fun one. It doesn't have tapioca like a lot of boba drinks. We actually put strawberries in there. It's kind of a little tea smoothie, so it has our strawberry green tea topped with a little bit of whipped cream as well.
Just took a sip there, sorry, so I wasn't available on the camera. Really good. I like it. Tastes like strawberry milk and definitely aesthetically pleasing before you stir it up. And tell us about just expanding into the boba market in general.
Yeah, I think we all know boba is a big thing right now. It's been around for a while, but it's kind of getting its moment right now. And we wanted to do our version of boba. So like the chai milk instead of a Thai milk, we do a London Fog boba. These blended drinks that haven't really made a huge wave over in the U.S. here yet. So these kind of tea smoothie ones, and give people some different options. We even have like a very clean one if you don't want something super sweet. We have like our green lychee, which is a lot more tea forward than a lot of different boba drinks.
Yeah, I definitely love that, you have all of your teas on the shelves there, and every single boba tea is based off of, the teas that you have. So that's really great. We'll have more for you coming up later this hour. I'll send it back to the studio.
Now I want one.
I know, she's got all the tasty drinks this morning.
Sounds delicious. And something cool will be the way to go today, I would think. It's going to heat up.
And Emily, you're saying a lot of places are going to see 90s today.
Yes, a few areas into the lower 90s. For most of us, it's going to be the upper 80s and mostly sunny skies. So it's going to feel like the 90s in some areas here in Coeur d'Alene. At the moment, upper 50s and lower 60s in Spokane. By this afternoon, you can see we've got Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, Tri-Cities into the lower 90s, 92 for those of you in Lewiston as well. The rest of us in the mid to upper 80s. This is going to be by this afternoon. In terms of how we get there, by about 10 a.m., we're up to 77 degrees. 85 by 2 p.m. this afternoon, and then cooling back off into the 70s by 10 p.m. tonight. Overall, it's going to be mostly sunny skies for the majority of our Monday. We do have the increasing cloud cover as we head into the overnight hours tonight. Wind's going to be nice and light as well. Now, with that, we do have rain chances returning to the forecast. We'll get there in just a moment. Overnight temperatures tonight across the region. 55 will be the overnight low for those of you in the Sandpoint area. Most of us in the mid to upper 50s. 63 will be the overnight low in Grand Coulee and 64 in the Tri-Cities. Now taking a look at the forecast radar, you can see nice and calm conditions for the next 12 to 24 hours or so, but it's into Tuesday evening when we're looking to bring the rain chances and isolated thunderstorms back into the region. This is going to be Tuesday evening into Tuesday night. First half of Wednesday, we're looking at those rain chances as well. Then we clear it out and we have mostly sunny skies back Thursday. Extended outlook. This is July 4th through July 10th. You can see warmer than usual in terms of our precipitation, right about where it should be. So this kind of gives you an idea of what exactly to expect for the 4th of July. Temperatures warming into those lower 90s by this upcoming weekend with mostly sunny skies. So overall, looking pretty nice.
I can't believe we're talking about 4th of July already, you know?
We made it through Hoop Fest with beautiful weather there. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Goodness, it is now 6:21. Another successful Hoop Fest is in the books and downtown streets are fully open again.
But Hoop Fest doesn't happen without an army of volunteers. We'll introduce you to a court monitor who keeps coming back for more after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Fully loaded, fully electric. The Audi Q4 e-tron. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
They were at home near Sandpoint when George's wife Sue found him unresponsive and started CPR. Within minutes, he was airlifted to Kootenai Health because George was having a STEMI, the most serious type of heart attack. Fortunately, Kootenai Health is a level 1 STEMI center with state-of-the-art cardiac care. So, just 90 minutes after his heart attack, George woke up with a healed heart and a very happy wife.
Alabama, Roll On North America Tour, presented by Kenworth. July 6th, Spokane Arena. With very special guest, the Marshall Tucker Band. Alabama, live. All your favorite songs from the greatest country band of all time. On sale now at ticketswest.com. Produced by Outback Presents.
Your Broadway wishes granted at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree it's exactly what you wish for. Don't miss Aladdin, the hit Broadway musical.
June 27th through July 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Visit BroadwaySpokane.com.
Get your home summer ready and take advantage of some big savings. At Ironstone Furniture and Fire, you can create your outdoor space and save on in-stock selections of barbecues, outdoor furniture, fire pits, and more. Everything you need to enjoy the outdoors with family and friends. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
4 News Now Fire Watch coverage.
That fire has grown exponentially.
With resources on TV, online, and on the go with the 4 News Now app. Fire Watch coverage to keep you safe. That's what we mean when we say expect more on 4 News Now.
Yeah, buddy.
Own the elements. Quattro in the Audi Q5.
Let's go, buddy.
Welcome back. It has been a blast covering Hoop Fest over the weekend, and even though the event is now over, the memories, of course, will last a lifetime.
Our Alex Crescente has the story of how a group of community leaders and basketball fans got together to make sure Spokane stays Hoop Town, USA.
And with a lot of pride, people say, "Where are you from?" And I say, "Hooptown, USA." "Where's that?" "Spokane, Washington." And it's really cool to see a little town here that just loves basketball, probably way more than it should.
Spokane, Washington, the capital for basketball.
But that doesn't mean there hasn't been challenges to the sport in recent times.
We've seen over the course of the last 10 years youth sports declining. Participation's been down, especially in our girls.
A combination of rising costs and the sport becoming more competitive at the youth level were the main reasons for the decline in participation levels. But a group of community members led by Mike Nielsen had an idea.
A bunch of us all came together and said if we were going to create from scratch the best youth league on the planet, how would it go?
And in the fall of 2022, the Hooptown Youth League was born, with the idea of creating a cheap and inclusive way for kids from the kindergarten to the 6th grade to still be able to play basketball, and also allows them to play with their friends from school.
You know, by the time you buy jerseys, rent practice space, pay for the league initiation fee, you're $500-600 for a season. And we're able to do that at a fraction of the cost. Of course, there's been a ton of hiccups, and you don't know what you don't know when you're starting something new. But the big thing is we had over 3,000 kids participate.
That's also had a carryover effect on this year's Hoop Fest, as there are more than 500 youth teams playing compared to 2022.
It's a lot of fun, and it's a great experience.
So don't be surprised if you see some big-time ballers in the years to come that are playing on these courts right now.
When you're able to play with your friends, when you're able to be in close competitive games, it's a blast. And so I think having that experience this year, being able to get out and just play basketball, I think has inspired kids to sign up, and there's nothing better than Hoop Fest weekend.
That was Alex Crescenti, and of course it was so fun watching Mike Nielsen play for Zags.
Oh yeah, and I was actually wearing my Hooptown coach t-shirt on Saturday when I was down there with our boys as well.
Very nice. It is now 6:26.
All right, before we head into the break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America, starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's the big X factor that could stand in the way of your 4th of July flight. So what exactly is the airline's 5G deadline all about?
This deadline of July 1st did not come out of left field.
On July 1st, the nation's wireless carriers will be turning on their 5G signals.
The concern is that there is a possibility of a bleed over close enough with this new 5G service that it could cause radar altimeters, which are critical to certain types of landings in jetliners, to malfunction.
And Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg now warning that any planes that aren't retrofitted won't be cleared to land in certain weather conditions.
The aircraft that are not going to meet the deadline by July 1st simply have to have restrictions on how they can fly into airports that have 5G service.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of this 5G deadline and how to know if your 4th of July flight is at risk. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Asthma isn't pretty. It's the moment when you realize that a good day is about to become a bad one. But then I remembered that the world is so much bigger than that with Trelegy, because 1 dose a day helps keep my asthma symptoms under control. And with 3 medicines and 1 inhaler, Trelegy helps improve lung function so I can breathe easier for a full 24 hours.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Trelegy contains a medicine that increases risk of hospitalizations and death from asthma problems when used alone. When this medicine is used with an inhaled corticosteroid, like in Trelegy, there is not a significant increased risk of these events. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase risk of thrush and infections. Get emergency care for serious allergic reactions. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy for asthma, because breathing should be beautiful.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Take a day off. Skip Mondays and be water-wise this summer.
We love our pets. Accidents and messes are forgiven. Carpet Barn has a huge selection of Shaw Pet Perfect carpet. Pet Perfect carpet is designed with the whole family in mind. It protects from odors, stains, fading, and pet hair. Carpet Barn has a huge selection of carpet, LVP, engineered hardwood, and more to help you update any room in your house. Make tails wag with Shaw Floors Pet Perfect. Pet Perfect carpet is perfect for any room. Carpet Barn, designer selection, warehouse prices.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud and sand. Adventure on in a Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
ABC's World News Tonight and 4 News Now.
The team you trust here at home.
Across the nation and the world.
When you need information fast.
The crash closed I-90.
When the local story is national news. Those 4 college students murdered in Idaho.
When national stories hit home.
We asked Spokane Police if it has a similar task force.
Watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6 with Kirsten O'Connor and Aaron Luna. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Monday, June the 26th. A lot of people, nursing those bumps and bruises from Hoop Fest or Ironman over the weekend. Emily Bloom is in for Mark Peterson. We'll look at that first alert forecast on what's going to be a really hot day.
Yeah, all the beautiful weather that we had this weekend, going to be continuing through today as well. Sunny and warm. We do have increasing cloud cover in the overnight hours tonight. Showers and thunderstorms return midweek, and then we're into the 90s by the Friday and this weekend. As for right now, 57 in Coeur d'Alene, 61 in Spokane. We're going to be warming up nicely. Air quality index in the good category for right now. Over the next couple of hours, we're into the lower 70s by 9 a.m. this morning. 10 a.m. we're up to 77, and yes, you can see mostly sunny skies and calm winds with that. Across the region, most of us in the mid to upper 80s and a few areas into the lower 90s by this afternoon. Now it's Tuesday into Wednesday when we bring those rain chances and isolated thunderstorms back into the forecast. We'll clear it out on Thursday, and then we've got that nice little warm up into the 90s. A closer look at all of this coming up.
From the Breaking Now desk, this morning tensions remain high in Russia after the commander of the Wagner mercenary group called for his troops to retreat after ordering a march on Moscow. On Friday, the leader of the group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, announced a march for justice, effectively an uprising against Russian military leaders. Wagner forces then seized control of 2 Russian military hubs in the south Friday, and Russian media reported the downing of several helicopters and a military plane as the group began its journey to Moscow. But the mercenary group never made it there, turning back just 120 miles from the capital, amid reports of a deal calling for Wagner's leader to leave Russia for nearby Belarus. Russia now says it's dropping its charges against Prigozhin. A senior U.S. official tells ABC News it is a mystery as to why Prigozhin stopped his march towards Moscow.
Still a moving picture, and I doubt we've seen the last act.
Secretary Blinken going on to describe this weekend's events as, quote, extraordinary, adding that there are now new questions that Russian President Vladimir Putin is going to have to address in the weeks and months ahead. And this weekend's events also mark a sharp turn for Prigozhin, a longtime Putin ally whose Wagner troops have been fighting alongside Russia in its war against Ukraine. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thank you. 2 firefighters were injured fighting a house fire yesterday evening. The home is located at Broad and Rebecca in the Hilliard neighborhood. You can see some of the damage left behind here. The Spokane Fire Department said when crews arrived, flames were already overtaking the house. The fire was believed to have started in the garage.
Heavy fire when they showed up. They've got 2 lines on it pretty quickly. Ladder truck crew got here, and they got the back door. They went through the back door. It was really starting to extend into the house. Lots of smoke, lots of heat. So
those 2 firefighters were taken to the hospital, but their injuries are not believed to be serious. And authorities in Montana identified some of the material that leaked when a train derailed in Stillwater County Saturday morning. That's west of Billings. Take a look here. The rail link train was on a bridge crossing the Yellowstone River when the span collapsed and several tanker cars ended up in the river. The company says those cars contain molten sulfur and asphalt. Workers are still assessing the damage and the potential environmental impact the derailment may have caused. No one was hurt. An investigation is underway to figure out what happened.
It's been just more than a year since the Supreme Court Dobbs decision, which overturned Roe v. Wade, allowing states to ban abortion. This issue is likely to play an important role in the 2024 election. Since the decision, 15 states, including Idaho, have passed several laws, or rather passed laws severely limiting access to reproductive care, leaving women in those states with few options. President Biden has signed a new, largely symbolic executive order calling federal agencies to expand access to abortion.
We believe this is symbolic. We believe that this is another step to do everything that we can to continue to fight for fundamental rights.
President Biden is calling on Congress to work to restore the protections of Roe v. Wade, saying that abortion bans have put the, quote, health and lives of women in jeopardy.
Severe weather turned deadly over the weekend. Tornadoes did 3 miles worth of damage in the Midwest, while 500,000 people in the South lost power. This tornado slamming into a housing development in Greenwood, Indiana, just south of Indianapolis. The powerful twister tearing apart the building and sending debris hundreds of feet into the air. 7 miles away in the town of Bargersville, authorities say at least 75 homes were damaged after a tornado hit that area as well.
Together, we're probably looking at roughly 3 miles right now of damage.
In Little Rock, Arkansas, a Walmart customer shared video of large hail falling into the store, crashing through skylights, and at least 9 states dealing with extreme heat. Arizona, Mississippi, and Tennessee are under heat alerts today, where the feels-like temperatures could hit 120 degrees. Man.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Another Hoop Fest in the books and so many great memories made.
But a lot of players will be carrying slightly more painful reminders of Hoop Fest weekend. Take a look at the injury board from MultiCare, the official medical care provider for Hoop Fest. It shows 1,185 people treated, almost 200 more than last year. Though the relatively mild weather meant heat-related injuries were down, there were still plenty of increases in Achilles, ACL, PCL, and MCL injuries. Concussions, fractures, and strains and sprains. More than half of that total, though, was preventative care. Thanks to MultiCare for keeping the players on the courts as best they could this year. It's a lot of owies.
Yeah, sure. I tore my ACL in Hoop Fest in 2005, 12 days after my wedding. So I'm lucky my wife didn't go for like a lemon law and
just trade you in.
Trade me back in, yeah, for a better model.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, weather was pretty darn good for the weekend, and wow, look at the week ahead.
Yeah, all of that carrying into our Monday. We do have an interruption in the beautiful weather, though. That's going to happen midweek. We'll take a closer look at what exactly you can expect coming up in just a few minutes.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
When you download the Fred Meyer app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Fred Meyer app. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
What images come to mind when you hear the phrase long-term care? It comes in many forms, whether it's assisted living, home health care, chores, or just providing transportation for appointments. AARP and BECU are here to help. For tips, tools, and resources, visit this website.
Some drive an Audi for the performance, others for the innovation. At Audi Spokane, you can drive one today. Like a new Audi Q5 S-Line Premium, just $559 a month. Plus, we'll buy your car, any make or model, no purchase necessary. You'll get the maximum book value and a check the same day. At Audi Spokane, an AutoNation company. Visit AudiSpokane.com.
We all have causes near and dear to our hearts. That's why at Horizon Credit Union, we are dedicated to giving back, supporting local charities, expressing our not-for-profit values, investing in you and our community. Because your path is our purpose, and together we make a positive impact. Discover the difference. Horizon! Open your account today. Visit hzcu.org/discover.
Next, Kelly, Celebrity Jeopardy winner Ike Barinholtz.
He won Celebrity Jeopardy.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like I would have bragged about that more than a Grammy.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Fred Meyer, we invest in local farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It's now 6:39. For most kids, starting middle school is exciting, but for one local girl, this new chapter signifies so much more.
Emma McSpadden has been bravely fighting cancer since last fall. Sydney Charles brings us Emma's story in this month's Miracle Monday.
From surgery to chemotherapy, Emma has had to overcome so much these past few months. But her family says their journey wouldn't have been the same without the care they received at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital.
I'm excited for the summer and to go back to school and see my friends.
Emma was in the middle of her last year of elementary school when one moment changed everything.
She was out playing with her cousins and running around. They were playing tag, and she's kind of slipped and rolled her ankle. Doctor had some x-rays done, and that's when they discovered there was actually a tumor above her ankle.
Emma was diagnosed with a rare foot cancer. She started chemotherapy at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital right away.
When I first started chemo, I didn't want to lose my hair, and it would make me feel really sick. But as I got through it, it got better.
She also lost her foot as part of the treatment process, but not her humor and big personality.
Having my prosthetic, it's really good. It's wonderful. I didn't name it though. Its name is Patricia.
I think she's just such a joy, and she brings joy to all of the clinic and everybody in the hospital.
Dr. Carrie Laborde is one of the people at Sacred Heart who helped come up with a plan to keep Emma safe and healthy.
She's a really fun person, like just in general.
Emma has been able to accomplish so much with the help of the Child Life Specialist team, like being a part of the Red Tennis Shoe program, which is designed to get kids up and moving.
I ended up completing a half marathon.
Sacred Heart has tried to make the most difficult things, like spending a birthday in the hospital, feel special.
My nickname is Bald Eagle, and so they all dressed up as bald eagles, and I got some presents from some of them.
After all the changes she's went through, Emma's perseverance still hasn't left.
She has a long way to go, and to be able to just hit a speed bump, recover, move on forward, it just has been an amazing experience for me.
Emma is planning to reunite with all her friends as a part-time student at Chase Middle School in the fall.
Through chemo, surgeries, amputation, radiation, she just goes with it, and it's really amazing.
Emma just finished her chemotherapy at the end of April. If you'd like to support the Children's Miracle Network, you can find the donation page under this story on KXLY.com. 100% of your donation stays right here in our own community. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Wow, what a cool kid.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
It's now 6:42.
All right, we send things back out to Destiny and Coeur d'Alene.
We're checking out Revival Tea Company's new location here in downtown Coeur d'Alene. Coming up, we'll show you another drink and talk about how you can enjoy it here downtown or down at Lake Coeur d'Alene.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The festival at Sandpoint is back for its 40th annual Summer Series. Celebrate with live music on the lake and under the stars. This year's headliners include Britt Floyd, Gary Clark Jr., Train with Better Than Ezra, The String Cheese Incident, Michael Fronte and Spearhead with Soja, REO Speedwagon with Charlie Farron, Ashley McBride, and the grand finale, The Princess Bride in concert. Tickets are selling fast. Visit festivalatsandpoint.com to get your tickets today.
With savings this explosive, the 4th of July sale at Furniture Row is resulting in some very interesting reactions.
That's $300 off the dining set and 50% off the sofa. Yes.
With $600 off the bedroom and $300 off the mattress, you are saving $900 today.
Whoa. Plus, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, and 5 years, no interest. When you save this much, you'll be seeing fireworks too during the 4th of July sale on now at Furniture Row.
Get pampered, relax, invigorate, and rejuvenate. Seven Wonders Nail, Hair, and Spa's new North Spokane location is a full-service salon that specializes in achieving this every day. Guests enjoy a complimentary drink with all services, including hair, nails, spa, microblading, full bridal, and more. Our 10,000 square foot spa, one of the largest in the Northwest, accommodates large groups, and walk-ins are welcome too. Seven Wonders Nail, Hair, and Spa, a luxury experience accommodating everyone.
What if you had to choose between fixing the roof over your head and putting food on the table? What if that leak led to mold growing in your home? What if that meant you could not focus on finding a new job, or your children could no longer focus on learning? What if you no longer had a safe place to call home? Help Rebuilding Together make emergency repairs for our neighbors who have lost jobs and have to make those difficult choices. Text REBUILD to 484848.
Ford News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back. Local tea maker and retailer Revival Tea Company has a new location now in North Idaho.
And you can find Revival's tea flights, tea mocktails, and a boba bar right in downtown Coeur d'Alene. Destiny Richards is live at the new Revival Tea Company with a look at what they have.
That's right. We have been showing you some of the boba teas that are here, but we have one more drink. And Drew, this one doesn't have any boba in it. It's just a drink that you guys do.
Yeah, so we do like these monthly specials. This is our blackberry chai-sicle. So again, going back to the chai, but it has real blackberry in it. And then we reset that monthly menu each month. So just a few days left to get this one.
Yeah, and I feel like the expansion outside of, the teas into boba also is really good for summer. Very close distance to the beach and the park and things like that here in Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, as you can see, we're literally right across the street from City Beach here in Coeur d'Alene. And for us, it's like what a great opportunity this summer to come out, get a fun drink as you walk around the boardwalk down here in beautiful Coeur d'Alene. So I think I know where I'll be spending most of my summer.
Yeah, and then your other location, in Spokane is in the basement. You said people have been enjoying seeing the sunlight through the window.
Yeah, they're so polar opposite, right? We have our old speakeasy space that's really cool underground. This one has huge windows. You can stare right at Lake Coeur d'Alene. So very different locations for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you for giving us a little sneak peek of this new location. You can come down here to downtown Coeur d'Alene and enjoy the new Revival Tea Company. They're open daily 9 to 9. Just go to our website, KXLY.com, for all the details. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
I think that's the drink I want to try.
Yeah,
from
sounds
there.
delicious.
Yeah. All right, you are taking a look once again over downtown Spokane and Riverfront Park, where, of course, tens of thousands of people were gathered over the weekend for Hoop Fest.
Much calmer this morning, and the weather is looking beautiful.
Yeah, we have a beautiful start to our Monday and our work week. Temperatures right now throughout Spokane in the lower 60s and upper 50s through Coeur d'Alene. We're going to have mostly sunny skies for the remainder of our Monday. By this afternoon, many of us into the mid to upper 80s. 84 will be the high in Coeur d'Alene, 86 in Ritzville, and 89 for those of you in Omak. In terms of how we get there, hour by hour, we're into the upper 70s by about 10 a.m. this morning, climbing into the 80s by noon, and then 85 right around that 2 p.m. hour. You can see any kind of cloud cover that we're expecting going to be moving in the afternoon to evening hours tonight. As we head into the overnight hours, those temperatures falling back into the upper 50s rather, and that's when we can expect the increasing clouds to move in. Those winds going to be nice and light. Overnight temperatures across the region, many areas falling back into the upper 50s. 53 will be the overnight low in Colville, 58 in Ritzville, 66 for those of you in Lewiston. Now, in terms of our forecast radar, you can see quiet, calm conditions for the next 12 hours or so, but it's moving into Tuesday evening when we're expecting some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms to move throughout the region. Those chances continuing through the first half of Wednesday as well, before we clear it all out and bring the sunny skies back into the forecast. You can see we are up to 90 degrees by Friday, looking like we're going to stay in those lower 90s through this upcoming weekend as well. A slight chance that we're going to cool it off for the 4th of July. 92 may be a little bit too warm for many of us, so right now it's looking like 86 degrees. As much as we can forecast out that far, overall though, looking like it's going to be a really nice 4th of July weekend.
Wow, it doesn't always happen.
Right. Yeah, I think we'll take it.
Emily, thank you. It is now just about 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint is coming up next.
Thanks so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Monday morning. We will be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mistaqua Hotel and Casino in Chewelah.
My name is Bob Rambo, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had lymphoma. I was kind of scared to death, and the doctors recommended I go to Summit Cancer Center. Everybody on the staff there is super neat, nice, and it's kind of like a homecoming. I had lymphoma, and they cured that. I'm very thankful for this cancer center.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The thoughtfully redesigned 2023 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. A 260 horsepower turbocharged engine, advanced technology, and an extra-large touchscreen. The 2023 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Drive new Subaru models with 3.9% financing at AutoNation Subaru today.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors.
24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
People who come to the Inland Northwest rave about its beauty.
For those of us who live and work here, we couldn't agree more. From its iconic history
To a ton of new beginnings. We have farm-to-table roots and access to nature right out our back door.
and as a community member, BECU wants to honor those who work together to make life better for our region.
Join us for the premier food and drink celebration, Crave, at the Spokane Valley Center Place, July 13th through the 15th. Proudly sponsored by BECU.
Wildfires can strike at any time. 4 News Now Fire Watch coverage keeps you safe on TV and on the go to protect your family.
Tracking the largest local wildfire.
Stay safe all fire season long on 4 News Now. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday and the week ahead with the Morning Sprint.
Sydney Charles has details on an attempted uprising in Russia.
Emily Bloom is in for Mark, talking about sunny skies and toasty temps today.
And a successful Spokane tea shop has opened a new spot in Coeur d'Alene. Destiny Richards is live, giving us a look inside.
But we begin with new developments in the University of Idaho murders case. A lawyer for suspect Brian Kohberger filed a court document that says no connection exists between Kohberger and the 4 victims. The defense argued investigators found DNA evidence of 2 other men at the house where the victims died last November. According to the filing, the defense is, quote, unaware of what sort of testing, if any, was conducted on these samples other than the STR DNA profiles. The prosecutors argue Kohberger has no right to the FBI data collected from the method. Kohberger has denied any wrongdoing and will be in court tomorrow for another hearing.
And a judge has made 2 new rulings ahead of that trial. Cameras will be allowed in the courtroom, at least for now. A judge also amended who can speak to the media and what can be said. A gag order prevented people involved in the case from talking about it publicly. The revised rules now primarily apply to the lawyers and the victims' families in the case. For weeks, a coalition of media news organizations, including 4 News Now, have been pushing for the gag order to be lifted, saying it violates the First Amendment rights of those involved. But Kohberger's attorneys have argued the gag order is necessary to make sure he gets a fair trial. As for cameras during the trial, the judge indicated he could change his mind at any time, saying the best way to balance these interests is to revisit the issue as the case unfolds. Kohberger's trial is set to begin in October.
Spokane police have arrested 3 people they believe are connected to 2 drive-by shootings that happened Saturday morning. The Spokane police say the shootings happened near Carlisle Avenue and Dakota Street. The first one at 5 Saturday morning, the second one around 7:30 a.m. Nobody was hurt in these shootings. And according to Lieutenant Steve Braun, the vehicle suspected in the shootings crashed just about half an hour later near Crestline and Francis, where the 3 men inside were arrested. This is still an ongoing investigation.
And we have beautiful weather as we begin our work week. Mostly sunny skies for our Monday and temps climbing into the upper 80s by this afternoon. We're going to have increasing cloud cover in the overnight hours, and then we do bring back a chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms Tuesday into Wednesday. And then we're into the 90s for the tail end of our work week and this upcoming weekend.
2 firefighters were injured fighting a house fire yesterday evening. The home located at Broad and Rebecca in the Hilliard neighborhood. The Spokane Fire Department said when crews arrived, flames were already overtaking the house. The fire was believed to have started in the garage. Those 2 firefighters were taken to the hospital, but their injuries are not believed to be serious.
A small brush fire briefly threatened homes in Browns Addition on the slope beneath 3rd and Coeur d'Alene Street yesterday evening. Spokane Fire Chief Brian Schaefer says the 20-foot by 20-foot fire grew in heavy vegetation below Coeur d'Alene Park. Firefighters contained the large flames making their way toward homes. Investigators are working to find out how the fire started.
Tensions remain high in Russia after the commander of the Wagner mercenary group called for his troops to retreat after ordering a march on Moscow. On Friday, the leader of the group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, announced a march for justice, effectively an uprising against Russian military leaders. Wagner forces then seized control of 2 Russian military hubs in the south on Friday as the group began its journey to Moscow. But the mercenary group stopped their march just 120 miles from the capital amid reports of a deal calling for Wagner's leader to leave Russia for nearby Belarus. A senior U.S. official tells ABC News it is still a mystery as to why Prigozhin stopped his march towards Moscow.
And we've been live in Coeur d'Alene this morning, checking out Revival Tea Company's 2nd location on the corner of Lakeside and Northwest Boulevard. You can find all of their herbal, black, and green teas here, and boba tea, which they just started serving in Spokane, as well as here in January. You can go to our website, KXLY.com, for more information about what they have on the menu. They'll be open here in Coeur d'Alene every single day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
A judge has rejected a second attempt to block Washington's ban on selling assault weapons. Washington is the 10th state in the country to have similar laws banning specific types of firearms. But even after this decision, there's still a chance the law could get blocked because another lawsuit at the federal level is challenging the ban.
Another Hoop Fest is a wrap, and so many great memories were made. But a lot of players will be carrying slightly more painful reminders of Hoop Fest weekend. Here is the injury board from MultiCare, the official medical care provider for Hoop Fest. It shows 1,185 people treated, almost 200 more than last year. Though the relatively mild weather meant heat-related injuries were down, there were still plenty of increases in Achilles, ACL, PCL, and MCL injuries, concussions, fractures, and strains and sprains. Ouch. We're back with the final check of weather coming up for you right after this break.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap.
I gotta call Swap.
Here you go.
Ah, that's it? I'm calling him.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
And we are taking a live look out over downtown Spokane on this Monday morning. A beautiful start to your work week. We are going to have mostly sunny skies for the remainder of the day. Temperatures climbing into the upper 80s by this afternoon. We have increasing cloud cover in the overnight hours, bringing back a chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms Tuesday into Wednesday. And then we'll clear it out before sunny skies continue into this upcoming weekend with temperatures in the lower 90s.
Okay.
Emily, thanks.
And like she said, things seeming to look pretty good for 4th of July as well.
Fingers crossed.
That's right. All right. Thanks so much for being with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
We will see you throughout GMA, which starts in just a couple of seconds.